We are the Group 4.
Ug karon mangitata sa atong audience para sa atong public speaking nga gi-title
Fake news o misinformation.
Critical Media Literacy Skills.
Aral na!
Pwede mo na umayin ng audience sa mga public speaking entitled sa fake news and misinformation?
Sure.
Ang gani?
Dali lang maayo. Mag-inform lang ni about fake news and misinformation.
Sige, pwede lang tangarin nito.
Sir, pwede ka naman mag-interview para sa mo output for the fake news and misinformation.
Laro ba kayo lakaw rin sa dali na?
Dali naman naman siya, sir.
Sige, pwede.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. So before we start our session this afternoon, I will introduce myself. By the way, I am Juan Moreno from Bachelor of Elementary Education, Section 3A. So in this afternoon, we will going to talk about fake news and misinformation, building critical media literacy skills. Are you familiar with that topic? Okay. Now, I know that we are all familiar about fake news and misinformation, right? Yes. Then, do you agree that fake news and misinformation is everywhere? Yes. Yes, of course, because in today's world, we often hear about fake news and misinformation because these are false or misleading statements that spread quickly, especially through social media, di ba? But how can we tell what's true and what's not? Kasi nga, fake news. News na kung totoo ba o hindi. That's where the critical media literacy skills is coming. So, these skills help us to think carefully about the information we see and hear so that we can make the better decision and avoid being mistakes. So, in this session, we will know how to identify the fake news and misinformation and critical media literacy skills. So now let's welcome our next speaker, Mr. Siboko.
Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is, by the way, my name is Marjan Siboko. I am from Department of BA student from student rather than being a bachelor in elementary education, third year training. So, since alam naman natin kung ano yung fake news or false information, as a human being, we should be resourceful of our information. We should be resourceful of the information that we gather. Here in the Philippines is laganap na yung mga fake news, mga false informations na nakukuha natin in social media. Like, for example, is pumalang na si Chris Aquino, pumalang na si William, which is hindi yan totoo. So, we should be resourceful of what information that we gather in social media. So that we can prevent what are the chaos that we gather of that information. So for example, another example is makarit ng itali na ngayon dito uy si Juan, namatay na si Fulano, namatay na. Pagka next week, masugatan nila yung buhay pa niya eh. Patingal na patay naman daw ka. Pero nagkita ka karoon. Yung na yung mga ingatan dito ng mga information niya ng katakakara o sulti. Isa po niya siya ka ng maghatag dito ako sa yung silingan, which is kanang tagaan yung silingan o anay ipadala ang imong pamilya yatag sa iyong silingan o sultan. Kaya kanang ang sultan yung ihatag is buhakan. Pag may karong istorya po, mga chismosa, pag ang istorya yatag din mo sa iyong silingan kanang magmaritis mo, which is dungagan. Diba? Na yung mga ingatan kanang mga information nga dili mo ang istorya ni mo sa isa, niya mabot dito sa isa, dili na kung maong anang magdungag-dungag o mga istorya nga dili mga tinuod. For example, wala na is kalang, another example na is kalang katong kanang sa kuan bitaw sa cash for work di ba na dili mo siguro tanang nga kuan rin cash for work. So ang uban na is kanang last year December mga third week na siguro na siya nag-implement ang LGU ganyan cash for work. Then ang mga katawan sa Bay Barangay is nagtrabaho dayon nagkuhan mo nga ingon nga by January is makuha na bitaw ang kwarta which is di siya dito nandiyan pa rin kuhan last week pa na kuha ang kwarta kanan na pinag-post nga January daw is makuha na daw ang kwarta which is di tinuod na mga nagulatulat ang mga tao na nagulatulat ang mga tao sa kwarta kailang tingwan. So, tatong i-welcome po ang atong next speaker, si Giselle Bragas.
Good afternoon once again. I am Lisa Rose Bragas from PNP. So Mr. Public, Mr. Sibobo discussed about what is fake news. So, why is it important for us to know about fake news? Any idea? Wala. So, it is important for us to know about fake news for us to not be fooled about the news that we see or hear on the internet or even in our silingan, di ba? Kay, di ba, ang mga silingan is number one na mag-spread ng mga fake news. Like, bisag nag-uban naman sa iyong classmate na lalaki, ang kuha na dayon, mabuntis na siya kay kuan. So, kuan sila kaning murag sa fortune teller kay masuk na pa sila sa kuan kung sa yun ang nagitabo. So, we need to learn about ganing fake news for us to be not fooled and ganing on the information that we see or hear. Like, yung sa Philippine ID na pinost sa social media na if you or we ganing mag-register on that site, makadawat daw taong 5,000. Which is not true kay naaykuan ka na naghatag ang falses o kaning statement that kadto daw na information is dili naka-afford sa ila kanang paano siya fake news. And also katong last week gani na katong memo about holiday sa Ramadan, di ba? Nakalibay tato kay mulay klase kami day, di ba? But that memorandum is a fake one. Kay kung mabasa ninyo dito is dili siya Malacanang. Ang nakasulat is Malacanang and ang source code is not reliable. So in order for us to not be fooled about fake news, we need to critically examine the source of the news and the reliability of that said news. So to further discuss the topic, may I call on Mr. Lee?
Okay, so good afternoon everyone. I am from the University from Train. At this time, I am going to give you some tips for building critical media literacy skills. So one tip is that asking questions, diba? If we see information or we see news, we can ask ourselves if kung kanino galing yung information or bakit may ganitong information na lumalabas, diba? We can also check to other sources if they are reporting the same information. Another tip is that we are being skeptical, diba? We just not believe immediately on what we see or hear right away. We must take time to investigate it further, diba? For example, yung mga binigyan nilang mga example at yung mga chismis, diba? Pag may nalilinig tayong chismis, wala na tayong time na alamin kung sino yung may pasimuno ng chismis, kung bakit may nalilinig ng chismis. must give a time to investigate the information if this source is reliable or is this true or not. To continue the discussion, let me call Ms. Arbos.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Veronica Argos from Misinformation. Now, how can we, in addition from the suggestions and opinions of my group mates, how can we practice our own critical thinking, our critical media literacy skills? No? Every day, we inform of the information or news. May mga balita tayo or may mga news tayo na nalaman every day. But, kung yung mga news na yun is suspicious sa inyo or mga hindi ka pa rin maniwala sa tingin niyo na hindi ka pa rin maniwala and you are going to, di ba, investigate it, search kayo sa mga website, kung gusto ba yung mga information or mga news na ina-update sa media, for example sa Facebook. Kagaya lang yung example kanina ni Ragas na about sa memo na walang pasa nung Ramadan, yung Ramadan. And then, of course, we investigate kung totoo ba yun or hindi. And then, for example, para masagot yung question mo na yun, makikipag-usap ka sa family mo, sa friends mo, kung totoo ba rin yung mga information or mga news na nakuha mo. And in order for that, nag-share din kayo ng mga knowledge or knowledge and opinions para maiwasan yung mga fake news and misinformation na nakukuha natin. And then for the conclusion and further explanation, we come Ruby.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ruby from the So, in conclusion, building critical media literacy skills is essential to today's world because there is a lot of information around us. We can determine if it is fake or real. Kasi we should know what, in this conclusion, we should know what is the real or fake information through asking expertise or yung mga merong alam about sa information. And also, if there is an information, we should know the author first and then read the information. If we are feel natin na hindi ito fake ito, we should seek or research from other sources or yung mga expertise or mga websites. And then, by learning, we can protect ourselves and others from being misled. So through that, we seek information. So we can protect ourselves and also others from mislead information. So let's practice our critical media literacy skills and stay informed. So we should know, we should practice our critical to be not fooled by mislead information. And that's all. Everyone, thank you. Are any questions?